Hello?
Who is this?
Who is this?
Sorry, I must have the wrong number.
It's fine. It happens. Take it easy. Hello?
Sorry, I must have dialed the wrong number again, Tracy.
How do you know my name?
It doesn't matter. Listen here, bitch. It's time for a game.
No, you listen, asshole! I have a dog, and he's big, and he's black, and he'll bite the shit out of you!
Yeah, I bet he's a little Yorkie. Now look out on the patio and see what kind of game we're gonna play.
Monopoly? I love Monopoly!
No, the other table.
Eddie! No! Eddie!
Answer my horror movie questions right, and your crew member Eddie lives. Get my questions wrong, and he dies tonight.
Well, I'm part of the Horror Junkies of Utah, so I know a little bit about horror.
Ha, we'll see. Question number 1. The horror film Scream is based on which real-life serial killer?
That's what you're starting with. Danny Harold Rawlings. Everybody knows that.
Oh, good job. We'll go to question number 2. And you're going to have multiples for this one. Name 5 actors that starred in the Scream series.
Okay, Drew Barrymore for one. There's David Arquette, Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, Jamie Kennedy, Portia de Rossi. She's in the second one, along with Rebecca Gayheart. You've got...
Okay. Let's go to question number 3.
Okay,
Are you ready for this one, Tracy?
I think I'm ready.
What was the name of the charter boat that the main characters used to chase the shark?
You asshole! Did you watch my drunk trivia video that we have? It's Poseidon! It's Poseidon!
I'm sorry, but that's wrong.
No!
The correct answer is the orca. Looks like your crew member Eddie is gonna get it.
It's the orca! It's the damn orca! How did you get that wrong?
Junkies of Utah, and today we're talking about the Scream original from 1996. Man, crazy movie. I got Eddie here, myself, and
Ghostface!
I don't think so.
More like Tracy.
Yeah.
More like Tracy.
As she gets that mask off. This was an iconic movie. I mean, it brought back kind of that slasher feel that was missing in the 90s. But, let's go with everyone's original feel on this movie. Eddie, what do you think of it?
My personal feel on the movie is I thought it brought back this slasher genre. There was, for a while there, it kind of disappeared. And it came back. But also, too, it was like a double-sided sword because you knew it was going to create some horrible slasher movies like Cry Wolf, Urban Legend, and I don't know how many damn I don't know what you did last time.
I know what you did last time.
I
It's
agree.
just train wreck. But overall for the movie, I liked it. I kind of liked how they played on horror movie fans and how dedicated and goofy they can be.
Mm-hmm.
I liked how it was shot. I liked the score. It was actually a good score and everything.
Yeah, they have some good music in that. That's not even like score music. That's just music.
Yeah,
that
in
they
general,
use.
it's
Yeah.
really good. It has some of my best moments in horror movies. I mean, I really enjoyed it.
What about you, Tracy? What were your thoughts?
I love this movie. I think it's awesome. It brought back like the slasher kind of
The mask thing.
yeah, the whole
and all
mask
that.
thing, stalking the babysitter type
Mhm.
of thing like that. Had a lot of big names in it. You
Yeah.
know, like Drew Barrymore's in the very beginning. There's David Arquette, Courtney Cox, Neve Campbell. Really big names. I really enjoyed how Jamie Kennedy's character Randy explains the rules.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think that's awesome because every freaking horror movie, it has rules, you know?
It does.
No drugs and alcohol, no sex, nothing like that. Don't say I'll be right back. And I thought that was cool. It brought homage to the classics.
So let's talk about the characters then in this movie. Randy, to me, was just so iconic because
Yeah.
not only does he bring in this horror rules and homage, but he also brought back, well, not brought back, but the day we live in now, there are no video stores,
Yeah.
right?
There's
And
none.
he worked in a video store, and we were watching this the other day, and I was like, holy shit, a video store, you rent movies?
Yeah.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
It's like Netflix, your Cataline to the red box.
Exactly.
It's just
You
horror.
no longer can go up to your video professional and say, hey, I want a movie like this, or do you know this movie?
What's your recommendation?
Yeah, you're either sitting on Netflix or you're sitting at Redbox. But
in the Cataline.
he's definitely my favorite character. What about you?
My favorite character would probably be Deputy Dewey.
That's a good one.
I just always think he's just a hilarious character in that movie. I mean, he's always just getting trashed on, and he's like nobody's taking him serious, and I mean, he just brings that comic relief to the whole movie.
He does. He does.
Officer Doofy. Every time I watch Scream, I can't help but think of Scary Movie. I can't do it because they follow that movie like scene for scene. So I start laughing at different parts.
So, I want to talk about that, but I want to hear your favorite character of the film.
Sorry, I totally jumped into that because Officer Doofy. Probably my favorite character. Probably Neve Campbell, because
Really?
she comes across as being so innocent, but behind it all, she's really just a total badass. Like in You're Next, I love that movie, how the girl comes across as being this sweet girl, and she turns out to be the ultimate freaking badass in that movie.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And so I loved her, and then also I got a thing for Billy, so Ski Ulrich, so
Okay.
so
What's
he's
your
a good
favorite?
one. Do you know? I think.
Well, I already said my
Or yeah.
favorite. Fucking now we got her 500 favorites.
Yeah,
already.
Yeah.
I've got too many favorites. I really enjoyed
She's like,
this.
this guy's
movie.
hot, and this girl is a
This guy's
badass.
funny.
I had a crush on him in high school.
Right. Well, not high school. I mean,
Well,
you probably grew up with this movie in junior high.
it was right about 5th or 6th grade for me.
So me and Tracy would have been what?
Oh yeah, little kids.
Kindergarten.
Yeah, and I didn't see the movie in kindergarten. A little bit later, but
That was what was fun for me. I was able to grow up in the 80s and the 90s and was able to
yeah,
experience
you
the
kind
whole
of got it
experience.
all right.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
the
that
80s
whole-
slashers, the 90s with Jason's and all the carnage.
So we've talked about our favorite characters. I want to talk about your overall feel for the film. And me personally, when I first seen it when I was a younger child, I probably seen this movie when I was probably like 8 or 9. I was terrified. And then I watched it more and more, and still the same thing. But then I watched it just recently. I was like, is this a comedy in itself? I seriously thought it was a comedy, and now I've kind of had a change of heart for Scream. Not saying it's bad, but when I used to think it was so good, now I look at it, I'm like, the acting really is not that great. The scares are kind of lame.
Really?
That's just the feel I get. It's just very bland and kind of not boring, but just cliche. No, I can't even say cliche, but I just don't think it is what it was when I originally saw it. I think it's one of those films that doesn't stand the test of time.
I disagree. Go ahead.
My feel on the movie is it started really strong as a really scary horror movie, but it didn't finish it. Like it just kind of it started good, and then it just kind of led to let's talk about comedy and teenage life and
Oh
drama.
God, yes. See, please. It was so good, the first opening scene, and then it was still good, and then I was like, where are we going with all this goofy shit? And that's fine. I mean, but it wasn't horrific, I guess. I don't hate the movie, I just don't find it scary at all.
That's how it was.
I think a lot of it has to do with time period too. You know, back when it came out, and compared to now, like all the scary movies that they're coming out with now, like they are just over the top.
And like now, we can like totally caller ID his ass, figure out
Yeah,
his
and
location.
so at the time, you know, after Scream came out, like people started getting caller ID like installed
you're
like
saying that.
threefold because this movie terrified them so much. So see it, I think it's just time period of.
So it was scarier back then to us, but now we live in this time period of a different technology, so it's not as scary. Is that what you're...
Yeah, like well, think about like Friday the 13th. Like
Shit still scares me though.
it's not as scary as it might have been
Oh, dude,
back in the 80s.
Over fucking.
I mean, we could debate about that, but let's not get into it. But I just think, I think it's just kind of chilling and eerie because it was somebody close to them that.
No, yeah, but how do I say this? If I was to take any of them, yes, Scream has a lot of comedy and everything, but the most believable to me on all these slasher movies is Scream, because how believable is it of, you know, Michael
Freddy
Myers, Freddy
Krueger.
Krueger, Jason? I mean,
Leatherface.
they're awesome. Leatherface is pretty believable.
Yeah.
Well,
in
it's
his own
based on
right.
Ed Gein,
Yeah.
But-
just without the Texas and the chainsaw.
I'm going to talk to you more about that after I finish this book. It's actually surprising
Okay.
what you'll figure out. But for me, Scream brings this terrifying factor, like you just said. It was their friends, and that shit could happen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, is it very likely that some guy cursed by Thorn is going to come and can't be shot to death? But obviously in Scream, everyone can be killed, even the killer.
Exactly.
But
The main character can die. That's
Yeah.
like a rule, you know,
So
down the line.
I
but-
think that's a very good point that you put on. I didn't think about that, and then you said that. It's like, yeah, she's got a point. You know,
Makes
it's
sense.
very real.
Yeah, with movies in general, like video games, I mean, anything's possible, anything can happen because there's a game called Slender Man, and I mean, kids are killing their classmates' friends over this Slender Man game because they feel that it's a cult and they believe into it. So, I mean, anything's possible with murder.
It is, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, for what I'm getting from it, she just put that seed in my head. But when I think about it, Scream is so possible above and beyond any of the other slashers, so that does add a terrifying factor into it because you don't know, you could have some crazy ass friend of yours go nuts.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Craig. Why is he not here? Who knows?
Why is Craig?
Yeah, he works for a horror haunted house right now. But anyways, so we're gonna wrap this up a little bit. We have a winner to announce.
Oh, yeah, we
Awesome.
do have a winner to announce. His name is Jeremy Westerman. You won for our 2015 Zombie Walk. You won our prize. Yay!
Awesome, great job on the costume.
Congratulations.
That thing is state of the art. That costume's
It was
crazy.
awesome, and it got the most votes
Yeah.
on our page. So your prize is coming to you. We have it all set up. Other than that, that was our little retrospective on Scream. We're going to be planning on doing Scream 2, 3, and 4, so stay tuned. I'm Marcus.
I'm Eddie.
I'm Tracy.
We are the Horror Junkies of Utah. Please be sure to check out our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we're on Instagram now too, guys. So check out all those mediums. Have a great night. We'll see you later.
See ya.